Maiduguri wore dust like a second skin. It clung to everything. It painted the air a hazy orange. The Harmattan winds, dry and relentless, blew in from the Sahara. They whipped up the sand, turning the streets into swirling rivers of dust. Life in Maiduguri had always been a negotiation with the arid land. The people knew the rhythm of the seasons. They knew the scorching sun and the parched earth. They knew the hunger for rain. They prayed for relief from the dust that settled on their skin, their homes, their very souls. Children, their laughter muffled by the dust, played in the narrow streets. Their mothers, their faces etched with worry, looked to the sky for any sign of change. The elders sitting under the shade of acacia trees shared stories of past rains. They spoke of times of plenty when the land yielded bountiful harvests. They spoke of the floods that sometimes followed, a double-edged sword of nature's fury. They knew that water, life-giving as it was, could also be a destructive force. Then one day the wind shifted. The air, thick with anticipation, crackled with a new energy. The clouds gathered, heavy and pregnant with rain. A rumble in the distance heralded the approaching storm. The first drops were hesitant, a gentle tapping on the parched earth. People rushed out of their homes, their faces turned upwards, their arms outstretched in welcome. The rain intensified, transforming from a drizzle to a steady downpour. The dusty streets, so long accustomed to dryness, turned into muddy streams. Children, their laughter echoing through the air, splashed in the puddles. For a brief moment there was a collective sigh of relief. The rain had come. It promised respite from the heat and the dust. But the rain, once a blessing, soon turned into a curse. It fell relentlessly, hour after hour, day after day. The streams became rivers. The rivers became raging torrents. The dry, cracked earth, unable to absorb the deluge, became saturated. Maiduguri, the city accustomed to thirst, was now drowning. Maimuna, a young mother of 3, watched with growing fear as the water rose. Her small mud-brick home, nestled in the heart of the city, was quickly becoming an island in a sea of brown water. She gathered her children close, her heart pounding in her chest. The youngest, little Amina, barely a year old, whimpered in her arms. She tried to soothe her, her voice a strained whisper against the roar of the floodwaters. "It's all right, my love," she murmured, her eyes wide with terror. "Mama is here. Mama will protect you." But even as she spoke, she felt a surge of doubt. How could she protect her children from this? The water was rising rapidly, creeping closer and closer to their doorstep. She had to get her children to safety. But where? Her neighbors, their faces etched with the same fear, were also struggling to cope. The flood was indiscriminate, affecting everyone, rich and poor alike. The streets, once bustling with life, were now treacherous waterways littered with debris. Maimuna knew that time was running out. She had to make a decision, and fast.